Okay guys, for this tutorial you're going to be finding a very simple way of doing this monostripe or style. So the first thing I'll be using my pattern paper. So if you want to do this simplest style, you need your pattern paper. So I'll be using my pattern paper for this, and the first thing I'm going to be doing is to fold my paper into two. And please, yes, you're going to fold yours into two as well. As we're going on with the tutorial, I will show you guys why we are folding our paper into two. So the next thing we're going to be doing is to mark our starting point. So we're going to be using this starting point to add our shoulder stitching allowance, and then from there I'm going to go ahead and mark my half length. So for this tutorial, I'll be using the measurement of 4 to 5 year old. I'll be creating measurement of 0 to 10 year old on my membership page. So if you haven't subscribed to my membership page, you do well to subscribe there, because I'll be creating these measurements and I'll give you guys all the measurements so that you don't need to struggle with your measurements anytime, any day. So you're going to have all the measurement from the shoulder to the bust, the waist to the length, half length, every single measurement from 0 to 10 years. So you're going to be having it on my membership class. So do well to subscribe to that. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my half length. So I said we are going to be working with a measurement for 4.5 year old. So I'll mark my half length. I'll go ahead and connect this line. So I'm not adding my stitching allowance at this point. You can go ahead and do that. We are going to be doing that as we're transferring this to our pattern, to our fabric. Then I'm going to go ahead and mark my shoulder measurement, which is here. And then from there I'm going to divide my shoulder measurement divided by 2, and I'll be adding 0.5 to 0.75 to that for my bust point. So I'll go ahead and make a point. So once I am done with that, for my neckline, I am going to keep my neckline small. So I'm marking 2 inches for the width, and I'll make sure I mark that same 2 inches at this point as well, at the other side of the pattern paper. So I'm not going to be cutting this out. I'll just mark the 2 inches and then I'll leave it there. Then for my shoulder slope, I'm going down by half of an inch, and I'll connect it into the neckline. So this is what we have. So we're going to go ahead and insert our bust measurement divided by 4, and then I'll mark my waist measurement divided by 4 as well. So I'll go ahead and connect these 2 points together, and then I'll connect my armhole. So don't pay attention to this. So this is our armhole. So I'll go ahead and cut this out, then we can open it up and work on our monostripe pattern. So guys, at this point, this is what we have. So this is our basic pattern. So we're going to be using it to work on our monostripe, and also we're going to be using it to cut out our back body. So at this point, it's easier to work with. So I'll go ahead and open this up. So this is the reason why we have to use our pattern paper on fold, so that it's easier for us to work with. So I'll open it up. Remember, our neck width is here and also here, because we made a point there. So you can, at this point, decide on which hand you want to have your monostripe, either the right hand or the left hand, anyone. So from there, remember we've already marked our neckline. So from there, I will just assume that I want to use this side for mine. So I'll go ahead and place my curve this way, my curve ruler this way, and I'll go ahead and make a curve. If you don't want to also have this kind of curve, you just use this straight side of your ruler and then connect it all the way straight. But I'm telling you for the fact that this curved part side or way is more beautiful than the straight one. So I'll go ahead and cut this one. But before this pattern paper will come back, it will look smaller than this, because I'm going to be using the measurement of my manicure for it. But the reason I use this measurement for this tutorial is so that you guys will understand what we are trying to do. So I'll go ahead and transfer this to our fabric, or just the way you see. So just once you're done cutting out yours, it should look something like this. So you attach this, transfer this to your fabric, you add ½ inch stitching allowance here, ½ inch here, ½ inch here, ½ inch here, and then your stitching allowance, whether you're working with 1 inch, 2 inches, and whatever on both sides. So when you want to cut your fabric, this pattern on your fabric, you open it up this way. Please don't fold this way to cut out. No, because of this neckline. So you're going to open it up this way, and you're going to cut all around. So this is how it's going to be there. And once you're done transferring your pattern to your fabric, you're going to go ahead from this line in the center. You're going to go ahead and cut this open so that we can use it to cut out our back bodies. So once you cut it open, so this is the center back, this is the other center back, so that you don't mix it up. So this is the two center back. So this is where we are going to be attaching our zipper. So I've gone ahead to cut out. Remember I told you I'll be using a smaller pattern for this, but the reason I use this pattern, this bigger one, is so that you guys can see what we are doing well. So I already gone ahead. So this is for the first one that we could just cut, the center, the front bodies. So this is for the back one. You can see I've cut it out already. So it's supposed to be like this, right? Just like this. I hope you guys can see. So it's supposed to be like this. So I'll just turn it around to show you guys. So you can see the zipper allowance. I didn't slant the zipper allowance. You can see it, right? So what I did is once I get to the zipper allowance, see this one, I just go straight. So the zipper allowance is supposed to go straight. If you slant it, you're going to find it difficult to attach. So you're going to, once you get to this point, it's supposed to be just straight this way. I hope you guys will understand this. So then this one as well, once it comes down up to where the center back is, or the center front is, down, connect it straight this way for the zipper allowance. So that's what I did here. So we're going to go ahead and continue. So if you are using a facing, please go ahead at this point to cut out your facing for this, also for this, but this facing should cover up the armhole. So the facing should be like this. So if you want a tutorial on the facing, please do well. I'll make a short video tutorial on this, but I believe I've done facing a lot on this channel. There's no need doing it. Then also for this one, your facing should extend, cover up your armhole, extend. For this tutorial, I won't be using a facing for it because I've done this a lot on this channel. So you're going to be very fast with this. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to arrange this front facing front just this way. And so I'll do front facing front at this point, and I'll use my pin to hold this down so that I don't mix it up. You don't want to mix this up. I made this something like this tutorial, a style like this yesterday night, and I mixed it up, one of the back bodies, and I had to lose it up and do it again and restitch. So I'll go ahead and stitch down the shoulder first. So the reason I'm pinning this down so that I don't mix it up, so I'll stitch down the shoulder first before every other thing. So guys, this is what we have at this point. So when I went to fix my shoulder, I also weaved the neckline and also the armhole, and then I stitched the two seam side. So for this, just like I said, you can either pipe the armhole and the neckline, or you serge it this way and then fold in by 1/2 inch and stitch it down, or you can just do your facing. So whichever that works for you. So you can see I just serged I'll go ahead and fold it by 1/2 inch all the way to the end. So it depends on what you're going for. If you want a neater finishing, professional finishing, I would advise you do facing for yours. So this is what you have at this point. You can see it's coming together. So we're going to go ahead and attach the lower part, the skirt part of this. So guys, I'm going ahead to cut out the lower part of my skirt. So we're going to go ahead and attach it. So I'll turn my bodice to the right side. I'll bring my skirt, the lower part of it in. I'll place it this way. So we're going to be doing a box plate at this point. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is so I'll pin this down, then I'll go to my machine and stitch it down. So I'll pin down my zipper allowance. You don't need to plait into your zipper allowance. And then we're going to go ahead. So I'm going to go ahead and plait this way, inward. So this is my zipper allowance. So you're going to do inward this way and then over again. So you can see how it's facing, right? So this box plate, what you're folding inside depends on how much fabric you have or how many plates you want to have at the end of the day. So because my fabric is small, so I'm going to be having one at this side of the back, one side at this side of the back, and then two at the center. And then I have inward, I have about 1 inch folded inward. So I don't know if you guys can see. So I have 1 inch. So I'll be folding 1 inch inward every step of the way. So this folding in depends on it to how full you want yours to be. So I'll go ahead and fold over again, and then fold over again this way. So what you are doing is, at this wrong side of the fabric, the places are going to be facing each other. By the time you turn it to the right side, you can see what we have, right? So that's the idea of what we are doing. So I'll go ahead and fold this way by 1 inch, because I'm using 1 inch. If you're working for a bigger child, please do like 1.5 2 inches. So I'll fold over again. But if you're working with for maybe 1 year old, 2 year old, this 1 inch should do justice to what you're doing. Unless it depends on how many box plates you want to have at the end of the day. So I'll go ahead. I still have space at the front. Remember, I'll be having 2 at the front, so I'll do this one so that I'll have the 2 I wanted, and also this one as well. Now pin it down, and then I'll go ahead and do the last one. So just like I was saying, if you want this place to be closer to each other at the front part, what you do is to, you've done the first plate, right? When you want to do the second one, you should be touching the next one. I don't know if you guys can see, so you should be touching this one. So once it's touching that one, you make your place, and then you pin down. So that's how to get each of them to be touching the other one. Then I'll go ahead and make the next one. So the next, because is the one that is showing. So each place should be touching each other if you want it that close. Once I am done with this one, I'll fold it over again, and this time I should make sure it's touching this one, right? So this is what we have. So I'll continue this until I get to the end of this of the bodies, and then I'll go ahead and stitch it down, and I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like. So guys, this is what we have at this point. You can see the effect. So because of the fabric that we are using is scuba fabric, that's why is this that is standing kind of. So if you're using a lighter fabric, I advise that you put lining to it, so that it gives it a fuller effect. I don't know if you guys can see because of the scuba fabric, that's why it's like this. So if yours is not standing like this, don't worry, it's because of the fabric. So this is a scuba fabric, it's very foamy. So this is what we have at this point. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to hem this, and also to attach our zipper. And then for the strap on the hand, all you have to do is to measure whatever you have remaining from this side, and then attach the strap on it. I went ahead to stitch my, and for the strap on the shoulder, so you can do, if you're making for a baby like 1 year 2 years, you can do 1 inch and then add your stitching allowance. Or if you're making for bigger, you can do 2 inches 2.5 inches, depending on how bold you want it to be. But because this is for my manicure per se, is very small, so that's why mine is very small. So I'll go ahead and attach this, and it's also longer, so I'm going to, the reason why I made this longer is because this place is not straight. So by the time I want to attach it, you can see it's going to give it a slanted effect. So I'll trim off the excess as I want to attach it. So I'll go ahead and attach it at where my armhole is supposed to sit. So I'll pin this down so that we can have a vision of what we are looking at. So I'll pin this down at the armhole area, and also pin this down here, just almost opposite to it, the other one. So this is what you have, and then I'll go ahead and attach my zipper. Okay. So guys, for the bow on the shoulder, so what you do is to measure from your bow, from your shoulder to where you want your bow to fall onto or to get to, and then divide it times it by 2, because it's going to extend to the back and also to the front. So from your shoulder you measure downward. So whatever you have, you times it into 2. So this is I've already cut out my fabric, and this is when you look at the style, you see that one is longer than one, so this is going to be up because it's short. And I'm using a black fabric because this is yellow already, so it's going to pop on the color on the fabric, right? So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to stitch down all around, and then turn it to the right side. Once I am done, I also cut out a small fabric that we used to cover our stitch. So I'll go ahead and fold this way. I'll fold it this way, stitch it down, and turn it to the right side. So guys, once I'm done turning this to the right side, I'll place the shorter one on top of the longer one, and then I'll go ahead and gather it at the center this way. So once I gather it with my needle and thread, I usually use my needle and thread, I'll use the other smaller piece by the time I'm done stitching it down, and close it up at this point. So this is what we are going to be having. So guys, this is what you're going to have at the end of the day. Then you're going to go ahead and attach this on your shoulder. You can either use needle and thread, or you can use your hot glue. So you can go ahead and attach this. So this is what you have at the end of the day. I hope you find value in this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share my videos to family and friends, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.